So the most important, we will not apply like a dummy or what we call a robot. Okay, so I'm going to attack. Maestro will defend. Hey! Oh. Are you done? Okay, good day everyone. Stickman, kumbate. Okay, so I'm here with Maestro Rodrigo Maranga. So we're trying to discuss about the 10 ways to describe a sucue. Maybe you're already practicing now a sucue, meaning a super quintada. So this is not just a quintada, but this is an improvement. So advancement of the quintada, so it is called super quintada. It's sucue. So now today we're trying to describe a little bit of what is sucue or what is super quintada. So number one here, I'll just read the 10 first, then we discuss one by one. So at first is the what we call on guard or vertical. If you apply correctly the on guard and vertical all the time, at all time, so meaning that's the number one ways to describe a sucue. So number two is the hand trap. So you should not be trap your hand. So it's about not to trap your hand. Okay, so to avoid. So you always avoid. If you practice sucue, you always avoid trapping your hand. So Maestro will explain that later as we go on. Now, the third one is footworks. Footwork is the most important thing, especially in Eskrima, because most people they remain in one kind of steps. So you should have like to tango, something to move two ways, back and forth, step forward, step backward, like that, and so on. So and then the most important body structure. So I already discussed from my previous video in my YouTube. So about the body structure or posturing. So the posture is very important. Maybe they have posture something like this, or you become like this, or maybe it's to bend your body. So meaning it's a bad posture or structure. So hand strike. So if you have good hand striking, so it's the way of the sucue. And the monitoring hand. So you know how to apply the monitoring hand. This is the stick. Hand with a stick, and the left hand we call it the monitoring hand. So you should apply your monitoring hand, not to go far away. And the seventh is the head trap. In the combate Eskrima Maranga, because it is combate, you should know the head trap or choking by the stick or the hand, everything. So also, in the head trap, because you know head trap, you should know also about the close hand or the close hand guard. Number 8, dukot. Don't go too much close or don't go too much far. Because in the Combate Eskrima Maranga, the formerly as Tres Personas, we maintain distance. If this is the distance, maintain it. Not to go backward, not to go more closer. So you have to maintain. And the other is what we call it birada. So we call it birada. And the last one is the last but not the least, the number 10, because it's 10 ways to describe as a sucue, is the cock position. Cock positioning of your stick, of your weapon. So sometimes they do something like this, do something like this. But to combat Eskrima Maranga, the cock position, the fighting stance, is just simply like this. So we call it cock position or the fighting stance. Okay? So and then what does it mean about cock positioning, Maestro Maranga?
Well, cock positioning is about, this is the basic of the combat Eskrima Maranga. It's a trademark, one of the trademark of the combat Eskrima Maranga, or the tres personas, this one, this form. And the correct form is that it is pointing to you. This one pointing to your opponent. Not this one, but it should be pointing to with a proper form. And also, when it comes to fighting stance, the front, this is the right hand, it is the right leg is forward. This is what we call the fighting stance now. And it is not, also my leg is a little bit bent, not just the bend. Okay, this is not straight in, but a little bend. The positioner, you can easily go forward, go backward, sideward, then stand straight. And there is a power in here to go down, especially your position, opponent strike to strike downward. So this is not a trademark, the cock position or the fighting stance.
What is the major application of the fighting stance or the cock positioning? What is
the major purpose in here is, this form is to attack and to defend. There are two. That form alone, the same, but especially if he's standing like this, it's an attack. But if he's going to strike you, it becomes a defend. The same as in the close range. Once we hold our stick, there are no two purposes, to defend and to attack. The same. This is the long range. Once we hold the cock position, this is what we call the long range fight, or ready to fight. Because every fight starts with a long range, not a close range.
So, hand trap.
Hand trap. Okay, this is what we call that, the hand trap.
Apo.
Look at this. Look at the form. He's locked, I'm also locked. One of us must have to take out, especially I will the one. Look at this. I have to take this one. What's one? Once I do this one, the other one goes up. Why? This one goes up. I take this one out, my hand, then go to the side. What's more? This one, then outside hand. Controlling this one. He cannot make, look at my body first, it was in the center. Then suddenly I go inside on the side. At the same time, controlling a part of this one, the hand and the part of the stick. He cannot move. And this one moves up. So, he's now trapped, me is already out. And the other one is how to take this one out. Next. So this one, I take this one, block. How I'm going to take this one out, look at my hand. Look at this stick, this one. If he's going to hold this one, look at, if he's really holding this one, look at what will happen. Look at what will happen. So, but if he release this one, because pop, this one, I'm stuck, I'm already controlling him. Here, outside, this one, up, here, then, or this one out.
One. So behind the trap, another trap, and a hand trap. Ah. So, tisa. Kanan sa bulala.
So this one, striking this one, he's so strong. He hold fast. I twist my hand. See? So the other one is he's applying this one the same because we are in the same form. So look at this. I still hold this one. Ah, this one. Sige, sakit. Kupi, iya pil kupi ah.
Mapil ang
Oo,
digis.
iya,
Mo,
iya,
hindi,
iya,
mapil ang kumpit mo.
Ah,
na. Mapil kumpit mo. Na kay
Oh.
Trump yung kamot niya.
Oh, so the other one is do not take your hands up in palm. Look at this. This one is. Look at this.
Wala.
Okay. Another one. First, the purpose is this one is do not go beyond your stick. Nala. Go. He wants to control this one. This is wrong. Why? Because before you